I'm sure you saw this, retail sales going back 5 years was steadily climbing. All right. And it took a nosedive with coronavirus and it popped back up again. The May numbers for retail sales were up 17%. They had gone down about that amount. Okay. And they popped almost right away. So you're talking about, when you talk about the V-shaped recovery that we're all praying for around here, retail sales are seeing exactly that right now. All right. That's an indicator of consumer confidence. That's an indicator of people going about their lives again. Right. Most of the states in this country didn't really open up until the middle of May. The ones that did open up didn't really open up until the middle of May. So this was people spending money on Amazon and online sources. I mean, God, I get a package a day around here, it seems like. But people living their lives. Like when you see stuff like this, what does it tell you about what it means to the public at large? What it means is everybody froze up and then everybody thawed out when they realized that this was not looking like it was going to be as bad as everybody feared. That's what an increase in consumer spending, retail sales means. All right. Then, of course, the stock market, if you're following that, dropped off the face of the earth and has been fighting its way back. That's another indication of people not keeping their powder dry, believing in a recovery happening sooner rather than later, and recognizing a drop in stocks as an opportunity, not a reason to panic and freak out. It might have felt that way for a couple of days and a couple of weeks, but then people cooled off. They looked at the situation. And I'm sure you saw that there was a news story in the last couple of days that there is a steroid medication that's been in circulation for other diseases that is now helping people who are pretty far along with coronavirus recovering. So people that are hospitalized are being, I guess, cured. I guess that's what recovered means, right? They're being cured. They're living as a result of a drug that was adapted for this use. So that's what made the stock market pop. The retail sales numbers as an indicator of consumer confidence coming back and normalcy. That's good stuff, guys. All right. And what it means is that you're probably out of the woods for the most part in terms of the market being in a duck and cover mode. I couldn't be more excited about that. So is that good news? You guys excited to hear? A little high five, a little feedback for Greg on how that strikes you, right? Right. We've been talking about this here of like, what is it? How deep will it go and how long will it last? And the hope was that the severity and the pace of the downtrend was going to be somewhat matched up with the severity and the pace of the uptrend. And certainly this chart speaks to that. I mean, that's as V as you get right there. So unless something happens and that drops off, I think you're going to wind up seeing this catching up, and this long retail sales trend over time is going to wind up right where it was headed. That's my prediction, is that it's going to end up where it was headed, because this trend line was real. This COVID was real, but not economic. It was something else. And then when it's perceived as being over, it's going to go back to normal again. I think the stock market will do the same. And I think the real estate market isn't even going to see a chart change, because this is all happening so fast that it hasn't had time to affect home prices in any meaningful way. All right. In the home sales industry, in home ownership sales, numbers are coming back to normal again. Again, they lost their spring market, but now people are starting to move forward again. It's absolutely true that the migration out of the cities to the suburbs is happening more rapidly. And it's absolutely true that the migration out of big coastal population centers to our markets is also accelerating. It's also true that investors at the PSD level who were ready to buy, were excited about SFR, who then backed off and started making discount offers, if any, are now back to making reasonable offers again. So the customers that I come in contact with that aren't the customers that you come in contact with, but the ones that I come in direct contact with are now buying again, and they're not expecting a discount. So that's got to mean something, right? And I would think what it means is back to this theme that something that was a no just a week ago or 2 weeks ago could be a yes today. I'm ready to make that change now. I'm ready to put that property on the market. I'm ready to buy that investment property. I don't like the stock market so much anymore. I'm pulling money out. We're seeing this, guys, people pulling money out of commercial real estate and putting it into single family real estate, right? If you owned an office building in a city, how are you feeling right now, right? People aren't going back to work in office buildings as much. If you owned a retail store in the city or a retail piece of real estate or a multifamily piece of real estate, we've got people who are taking money, selling property in Manhattan and buying property in Florida right now. Okay, so they don't want to own in urban areas anymore. They want to own in the shining real estate asset class through this entire pandemic has been our product.